Joining me now to discuss the recent bandit attacks in Niger State and the various military onslaught against terrorists and the Niger State attack which led to the death of about 42 people, the airstrikes which claimed 23 lives and other security stories. We're reporting on the news tonight is security consultant and strategist Steve Okwori. Very warm welcome to Newsnight, but very sad development, or it's a mixed bag, if you want to say. The killings in Borgu in the last 1 week looks like a coordinated onslaught against harmless communities, not so far-flung, but without any form of security defense to them.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you, and Happy New Year to Nigerians. It's unfortunate that we're experiencing this early part of this year. Today is just 4th of January 2026. The problem is that we are aware of all these challenges. They are not new, especially in the hotspots in Niger and other states within the north. So what are we doing as a government, as security agencies, and as a people to help address this issue? Number one, I want to say that the federal government under the Tinubu-led administration, from what I have discovered from research carried out, have put up some certain things, policies, measures in place to see how to address these issues. Don't forget that government is continuum. The government came in 2023, and all these insecurity issues were there before they came on board. Now, what are the things that they have done that I think that if we see the implementation fully, we'll begin to see some reasonable results? Number one, you are aware that the DICON that we have in Kaduna was not producing anything in terms of arms and ammunition and protective equipment. The government came and see how they implemented the passage. They passed the act of DICON and the implementation in seeing that DICON now has the capacity, the opportunity to see how to partner with local entrepreneurs and also foreign partners to see how to begin to produce some local
light weapons. Those are just light weapons.
They're not really light.
Yeah.
These are defense military equipments that we were relying on foreign states or foreign countries to see how to procure or import them into the country. But we saw that happen, right? And right now, DICON produces defense military equipment, even some APR, armored personnel carriers. We saw that they have gone into partnership with some local entrepreneurs in Nigeria here. Now, what that means is that it has reduced our over-reliance on the West.
How has it helped in securing the lives of the people? That's what Nigerians want to hear.
Now, the point I am making here is that, when it has to do with contracts, the processes and the periods that it takes, we no longer experience that, right? We procure our arms here. That is another advantage that we have with what has happened. Then number two, the forest guards that the president approved. Now, if you look at what happened in Niger, it was an abandoned national park forest that these criminal elements now use as hideouts. Yes, they use as hideouts now. With the coming on board of the forest guards, that the president has also given approval for them to be armed. Once they are trained, the way they are being trained, and they are deployed to various states where they come from, where the immediate local communities where they come from, they can help also address this crime that we experience. These crimes are local, whether we like it or not. That's the truth. So there must be some local collaboration with our domestic or local support that we get from in the fight against insecurity. Now, having seen that, the point is that what are the subnationals doing? Because the issues when it has to do with addressing insecurity issue is not for the federal government alone. What are the state governors doing? I'll give you an instance here. Zamfara State is the headquarters of banditry. Whatever, that's a fact. Bandits leave Zamfara to come to other states within the North Central to carry out these acts of criminality that we are seeing. We have a governor that is in Zamfara, carrying out or embarking on White Elephant project, building airport, constructing roads to the tune of 182 billion naira. When Zamfara is being confronted with bandits, terrorism, and all that. Unfortunately for the governor, he has one of their own or their illustrious son, for instance, that is the Minister of State for Defense. That I think that he should work in synergy with the man. Okay, we have our own son that is Minister of State. We have been confronted with insecurity in the country. Why would we see a situation where they should work together to see how to address the common enemy that they have in their state, rather than even seeing where they should be working together in synergy? We are seeing politics playing out, rivalry and all that. So for me, the governors, what they're supposed to be doing, they have now taken politics way above what is expected of them.
Let's go back to the 42 people killed in Borgu, local government and the rest. And for 1 week, for terrorists to have annihilated several communities in that area, and no response from the security agencies. The next thing Nigerians are going to hear is that those abducted have been released. Not one terrorist captured and the rest. I mean, how long are we going to have the president giving marching orders to the defense minister, to the chief of staff, to the service chiefs, the inspector general of police and the rest? You would have thought that they would relocate there. Exactly. You would have thought that the Air Force is going to scramble a lot of, the Tucanos and other jets down there.
Yes, a lot is wrong. One, how well have we strengthened our intelligence gathering in regards to this? Because for me, when it has to do with security operations, intelligence is the backbone when it has to do with security operations. How well our security agencies synergizing? How well
Steve,
are they
that synergy is working very, very well in the Northeast operations. Why? Why is it working very well there?
In the Northeast operations?
Yes.
But we still see incidents of attacks.
Minor attacks. Yes. Minor. Yes. Just recently, the Operation Hardin Kai, in conjunction with other security agencies, the joint operations they keep telling us, have gotten the kingpin to the suicide bombing network. Isn't that a great achievement?
It's a great achievement. But in regards to what has happened in Niger, it's intelligence failure. Do you know why? Because for 1 week or more, these criminals, these terrorists, they were looking around the community before they struck. Is that not intelligence failure? And also, do we have a functional community policing model that when you see something, members of these communities saw these terrorists, but they didn't say, they couldn't pass the information. Why? Because of their safety. Right? So that trust deficit between members of our community and the law enforcement agents should be established and truly established, so that when they see these criminal elements, they are comfortable and they feel secure to pass this information. So failure of a functional community policing model did not work out there. Number two, whether we like it or not, intelligence failure. Right? Now, with regards to the root causes, what is government doing? Federal government and the state. Now, we're talking about illiteracy here. We're talking about the unemployment. We're talking about poverty. All right. These are the key triggers of what we're experiencing. How well are state governments and federal government investing in education? Right? How well are they investing in trying to see that poverty is reduced? How well are they creating jobs, for the teeming youths that are out there? Right? A lot, skill acquisition, a lot is not adding up. That is what I think that is missing. In addressing these issues, the government should look at how to invest in education for the people to be educated at least, so that sometimes when they go into these acts of criminality, they are ignorant of it, right? No job. The basic needs of man.
You're not looking at the external infiltration by terrorists into the Nigerian forest and the rest.
Why won't I look at it, right? Because our borders are porous. A lot is not happening around our borders. Criminal elements, foreigners come into this country, collaborate with our domestic criminals here and inflict this mayhem on our people. So a lot we need to do as a government, and that's why I'm saying that the government needs to invest in surveillance equipment. We're talking about drones here.
In fact, I was just going to ask you, 3 major areas you'll be asking President Tinubu to urgently take immediate action in order to redress the increasing wave of, terrorism and the killings of Nigerians. It is escalating.
It is.
Whether you want to look at the short-term, medium term, and the long term.
Yeah.
What are those?
Now, one of the medium I've seen that Tinubu has tried in trying to see how to address this issue is that very recently, in the month of December, the federal government, through the Minister of State for Defense, signed an agreement with Saudi, right, in the area of deepening defense military cooperation. In that agreement, they talked about joint exercises, training, equipment, logistics, technical support, and other. Saudi government is ready to come in to see how to support Nigeria in this regard, right? So once that is done and is implemented, and we'll see the implementation implemented as in fully, because it's a 5-year agreement between Nigerian government and Saudi, which it has never happened before. I think that when we collaborate, because we need international collaboration, right? We have seen some collaboration between Nigeria and Turkey and US and all that. We are talking about terrorism here. Terrorism is a global phenomenon that we cannot fight it alone. We need international support, whether we like it or not. In the area of training, we have seen countries that have successfully delegated or reduced the rate in which they experience terrorism in their country. We should look out for such other countries like that. Turkey, very recently, they arrested close to 352 terrorist suspects, right? That's to show you that they're also trying to see how to help address these issues in their country. How are they doing it? How are they succeeding? In the year 2025, we saw when Nigeria, from the data of Defense Headquarters, said 1,323 terrorists were arrested, 8,000 were neutralized and all that. Let us see that effort that the government and the security agencies are making. But in doing that, we must see that poverty is reduced, unemployment reduced, because this is what has propagated or increased the rate. Yes, the reason why these people are going to crime.
And the rest. Yeah. All right, Steve, thanks very much for coming on Newsnight to share your thoughts and knowledge on the insecurity that pervades the Nigerian environment. Steve Okwori is a security strategist and analyst.
Thank you.